Nikki Barr is an 8-year-old from Orange County, California, who just transitioned their gender from male to female. At this point, I drew a picture of her and her family as shown in the OC Register article. As a young boy, Nikki had gravitated towards girls' toys and clothing. At 4 years old, she stated to her parents that she wanted to be a girl. Her parents explained to her that her gender is a spectrum and she could be as fluid on the spectrum as she wanted to be. As she maintained her interest in transitioning over the next couple of years, her parents took her to a gender-focused therapist to help guide her through this. She stated again that she wanted to be a girl before turning 7, at which point she began to wear female clothing. Her parents decided to send her to Heritage Oak Private Education, a private school in Yorba Linda known for its challenging curriculum. I attended this school from kindergarten to 8th grade. Before Nikki began the school year, her parents were in contact with the administration, letting them know of her gender fluidity. Nikki's decision to fully transition socially occurred in November. By February of that school year, when her parents had felt as if the school had committed discrimination against their daughter on top of the tensions caused by the bullying she was facing, they pulled her out of school. Now her parents are filing a groundbreaking lawsuit against the school, naming them for discrimination and false advertising. I'm here today to argue with you using legal facts and personal experience why Heritage Oak did not commit discrimination or false advertising. In November, when Nikki wanted to fully transition to female, her parents asked the school if she could use chosen pronouns, appropriate names, wear a female's uniform, and use the bathroom of her choice. These are all issues named in the lawsuit, as well as the school's failure to address bullying in the classroom. The school immediately responded to these requests by hiring an outside consultant to be put on retainer to help them with the mid-year accommodations that they would have to make. The school could only immediately respond to these requests by allowing her to access part of the female dress code by growing out her hair. The fact that they let her grow out her hair gets glossed over very easily, but it's worth noting that part of the dress code for boys is to have a clean-cut hairstyle. The rules pertaining to haircuts are very, very strict, and I think it was a huge outward expression of the gender identity for Nikki and a huge step that the school had taken. I want to take a moment to talk about the uniform part of the dress code. The only part of the Heritage Oak dress code that is distinctly female is the option to wear skirts. Boys and girls have access to, I believe, unisex shorts and pants. The polo shirts are exactly the same besides coming in a boys and girls cut. At this point in time, Nikki could visually present as a female, with the options available to her. In January, the school came to the decision that they would not let Nikki have full access to the female dress code options, and instead of using the student girls' restrooms, she'd be allowed to use the staff bathroom. The two main points of the lawsuit, again, were that Heritage Oak committed discrimination and false advertising. Specifically with the discrimination charge, the school was named as violating the Unruh Civil Rights Act. The California state government website defines this as entitling all people to free and equal treatment of all business establishments of every kind, no matter sex, race, color, religion, ancestry, national origin, age, disability, medical condition, genetic information, marital status, sexual orientation, citizenship, primary language, or immigration status. In 2005, sexual orientation was added to the original list of covered classes from 1959. Now, the words to focus on here are business establishment. Heritage Oak is a private, for-profit institution, therefore the charges against them have to come as being a business institution instead of as a public education institution, which is what makes this case so interesting. The other point was the false advertising allegation. Heritage Oak is advertised as a non-discriminatory school and that they educate the whole child. And at this point, I'd show the picture of the school's philosophy section of their website that states this. The family is asking for policy changes within the school and over $10,000 in damages for emotional distress and discrimination, plus the school fees that they paid. This is a groundbreaking transgender case because it is one of the first transgender cases suing a private school, as stated by the OC Register. It is also the first transgender case to use a state anti-discriminatory law for grounds of relief. This lawsuit specifically names Heritage Oak Executive Director Phyllis Segan, the school's Pennsylvania-based parent group, Nobel Learning Communities, plus their regional director, Kate Taylor. It was filed in the Orange County Superior Court. The parents are demanding that Heritage Oak write a policy of non-discrimination towards transgender students, train staff, and incorporate transgender identity into the curriculum. The main issues presented were also that Nikki could not use the bathrooms of her choice and couldn't use her full name. So first of all, there's an academic rule that states that a child must go by the name on their birth certificate. This means that on official documents like a roll sheet or official testing forms, Nikki would have the name assigned to her at birth, which was not disclosed in any of the articles. Socially, she would go by Nikki. That is not dissimilar to any child who chooses to go by their nickname instead of their full name. Nothing can be done about this until the parents change her birth certificate or legally change her name. Therefore, the specific allegation can't hold up against the school. As for the issue of letting Nikki use the bathrooms of her choice, this is still a tender issue on a national scale. Heritage Oak provided a middle ground in which Nikki would not have to feel confined to the male gender role by using a male bathroom, but by which no other parents could voice complaints about how their child would be affected or throw children into a situation that they didn't fully yet understand and would not have been equipped to deal with. At that point in time, Nikki was already going through bullying with her peers. If she was in a female bathroom, the bullying would have gotten so much worse. Lastly, the parents wanted transgender identity incorporated into the curriculum. Heritage Oak's main selling point is the rigor of their curriculum. In middle school, the only options for math are either a 1-year or 2-year advanced classes. Every single grade is a minimum of a year advanced in their curriculum. They had separate classes for English and literature to ensure students that could be placed in advanced English classes in high school. It's ridiculous to propose a school that at its very core is focused on academically challenging its student take the time to incorporate transgender identity into the curriculum. Not only that, but think about how parents would react to that. They paid to send their child to this establishment for the academia. Yorba Linda is one of the most conservative towns in an already conservative county. At one point in time, it was a city with the highest amount of churches in the U.S. Its median household income is over $100,000, according to datausa.com. Most residents fall on the conservative side of the political and social spectrum. Therefore, if Heritage Oak attempted to incorporate transgender identity into their curriculum, they would, without doubt, face severe backlash from the other parents. In response to the allegations against Heritage Oak, a statement was forwarded to the LA Times in their defense. It stated that Nobel schools have met the needs of older transgender students in the past. It also said that we believe it was extremely appropriate to respond not hastily but with deliberate care to decide when and how to inform and educate our entire elementary school community of students, staff, and parents about the mid-year change of gender identity expression with the young child. It continued later, due to the sensitivity of the issue and the age of the child, we believed we needed expert guidance regarding timing, such as preparing children for a change that they would see in the spring semester of 2nd grade and fall semester of 3rd grade, process and age-appropriate communication. I went to this school from kindergarten to 8th grade. It's the place that I grew up. I know Phyllis Segan personally, as well as the rest of the administrative staff at that school. They're all amazing faculty who genuinely want what is best for every child at the school. These are amazing faculty members who congratulated me when I got into college 4 years after I'd left the school. That being said, I feel for Nikki. I'm so sorry she had to go through bullying and thoughts of suicides and other things that no child should have to go through. But I genuinely feel that the school was trying to do everything they could for her at the rate which could help Nikki transition, as well as at a rate that could help the other students understand and process the changes in their environment. Heritage Oak is an extremely small school. They were just keeping in mind the impact that this would have in its minuscule social bubble, which I reiterate is in the very small conservative bubble of some of Orange County's wealthiest kids. I can guarantee that Heritage Oak had no ill will against this child and did not discriminate against her. Heritage Oak did not commit discrimination or fraudulent advertising and therefore should be proven innocent.